Okay, y'all. So we know about GNC. We know about Vitamin Shop. So have you heard about Strong Tower Nutrition yet? So Strong Tower Nutrition is a retail supplement shop that is aiming to reach y'all with true brands that are leaders of the fitness industry. Right now, we're carrying Run Everything Labs. We fully support and believe in this brand because of their dedication and being 100 with everything they use in their supplements and their passion to progress. So we ask you to support Strong Tower Nutrition so we too can pursue our passion to progress and do right by you guys by giving you the same supplements that'll work, not just some BS to make a couple bucks, We want y'all to strive for greatness and succeed in your fitness goals and everyday life. So if you want to visit stnutrition.com, you could find out more. What's going on, y'all? Back to another episode of the Strong Tower podcast. So this week we had my boy Jeff Sowden on, and I always saw him doing stuff in the gym that I was like, dude, this dude's gonna hurt himself if he doesn't know what he's doing. But you watch him do the Olympic lifts that he does, he knows exactly what he's doing. He works on it, he tries to perfect it, and his strength is going up because of it. So I see his dedication. I see all the time he puts in the gym, and I see the videos that he puts on Instagram and stuff like that. So I used to run into him at the gym a lot. So this time we actually got to sit down and actually have a full conversation, and it made me realize that we had so much in common, and we're kind of cut from the same cloth So it was really interesting, and hope you guys are interested too. So check it out. Here we go.
When you went to Disney World, did you do the Star Wars thing?
Of course.
Man, I would love to go do that.
Are you like Star Wars and stuff?
Well, I don't like Disney Star Wars, but I like the old Star Wars. And I actually really like Star Wars 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like those. I thought they were darks, super dark stories.
Yeah.
If they were to give me a Star Wars movie right now, rated R, I would
love it.
Yeah.
See, I never got into it, but I think going there made me I'm watching Mandalorian on Disney Plus.
Still haven't seen it yet.
You know what I mean?
I think it's really good.
I think it's really good.
Yeah.
But I'm getting into that now.
Yeah.
All because I went there and you experience it. It feels like you're literally in that world.
Yeah.
Because the detail is so precise, and it's just
can you get into the Falcon, the Millennium Falcon? Can you get in that? In the ship? Because I've seen stuff about how big the ship is. Can I actually go in that ship?
I don't think you go in it.
Oh, well, that's a letdown.
But there is a ride where it feels like you're, you know what I'm saying? And there's, it's kind of iffy, but So
you have a Harry Potter world where I can go and basically be Harry Potter, but I can't go in the ship for Star Wars?
Yeah.
A little bit of a letdown.
I mean, because they have a ship, and I'm not even sure if you go in the ship or not, because you're going through different, in the line, you're going through different parts.
Okay.
So I don't know if we're going in the ship or not, but it does feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
But you get to, so they have a pilot, they have a gunner, and they have an engineer, and so on the ride.
Okay.
So the first time we got to be engineers, which I just filmed the whole time because all we had to do was press buttons. So they don't really do anything. The gunner shoots. But then the last time we went on it, we were pilots.
So you were flying it.
So we were flying it.
That's pretty cool.
So and that's what people said. They're like, you're not gonna have fun on it unless you're the pilot. So
did you have to wait in a long line for this?
It was long, but it goes fast because. Are you familiar with Disney? They have fast passes and stuff like that?
I've actually never been to Disney. Apparently, I went one time when I was 3 to Disneyland in California, but we got robbed on the way there and didn't go. So that was my Disney story.
So what they have fast passes where you can set up a time where you can just come in and just walk through pretty much.
Okay.
But the Millennium Falcon doesn't have that. They don't have any of that in Galaxy's Edge.
So you just got this.
So everyone has to wait in line.
I'd rather that than have the people.
And that's why, and that's why it goes faster.
Yeah.
The line is always long. When it first opened, it was 8 hours.
To wait.
To wait.
So you would basically get there in the morning and be like, what am I doing? I'm going on this one.
Pretty much. It's like a work shift.
That's my
that
day.
You're waiting. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But when we waited, it was like,
can I get a beer in this line?
Yeah. It's like they do have those things like, and shit, I actually have like I got a soda from there, and they come in like these little grenade looking things, so it's pretty cool. And then so we waited like, I think the longest was like 60, 65, 70.
Okay, so that's
but it goes faster than
that. Hour.
But it goes even faster than that. I think we got in within 30 minutes.
Cool.
Because it goes so quick. And so they tell my wife, okay, you're going to be going up and down. This is the hardest part. My wife's like, what? So she's like, switch with me, switch. And I was like, all right. So we switch, right?
Yeah.
We get in the ride. Turns out my part was easy. It's going left and right that was difficult because she was all over the place. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm trying to go down and get us through this canyon.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she's turning right and running us into the canyon. And I'm like, so
you just killed us.
And then the people behind us are laughing and everyone's like but it was fun, I don't think anyone's really good at it.
Yeah.
That's
the people that made it. Probably kids. They probably just naturally get it.
Yeah.
Because that's how their brains articulate everything.
Exactly.
And they're just like, okay, cool. Now you have to do this.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's cool because like it's like a virtual thing where you actually feel like you're in it.
Yeah.
Like there's this one part where you're lifting off and you're going to a different planet and you put it in a hyperspeed. So I got to put it in a hyperspeed. I grabbed it, pulled it down, and it just boom.
Well,
so you feel like you're really in it, so it's pretty cool.
I'm just trying to live a childhood dream, so
yeah. And that's all it does, and when you crash, you feel like you're crashing and banging into stuff, and so they made it as real as they probably could get it,
for sure.
But
still would like to go in the ship though.
Yeah,
I want to be like chilling in there. I want to go into floorboards like in a movie.
Right.
Hide out.
Yeah.
I want to be a stormtrooper and shoot people.
Yeah,
with lasers.
And that's another thing too is like they have stormtroopers walking around looking for I think this one spy was in the comic books. Her name is Vi. And so she's like a spy.
I didn't get into the comic books.
Yeah.
I'm really into the movies.
Yeah.
Except the Disney movies. They didn't do too well for me.
Yeah. So I think they have her. So they have her like running around and hiding and stuff while the stormtroopers are looking for her.
Yeah.
And then they have who's the girl that has like the stick? What's her name? Ray.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So they have her running around. We didn't get to see her. I saw her from like we were up getting a picture taken, and I looked down and she was hiding. I was like, "Oh shit, there's Ray."
Do they have an Obi-Wan Kenobi out there or Luke Skywalker?
I didn't see none of that.
This is where Disney's messing up. So
it's like I
was just talking to my barber about this. Yeah. So Star Wars was originally made for people in our generation,
right? Yeah.
Right. So now you have Disney trying to remake it for the younger generation,
right?
And you're like, well, why?
Yeah,
I mean, we're older, so now we want our older Star Wars.
Right.
You're trying to now make Star Wars for the younger generation. They don't understand it. They didn't grow up with it. So for them, they're just like, oh, cool. It's like stuff flying through the sky.
Yeah,
they just don't hold that value that me and you would hold with it. So I just feel like if Disney itself went with an older generation Star Wars, like you remember Harry Potter?
Yep.
When we first saw Harry Potter, it was like this cool little kind of a Christmas movie kind of thing. He's young, all the people are young, but as he got older, the movies got more mature, and they grew with us.
Right.
Therefore, we liked Harry Potter all the way through.
Yep.
If Star Wars was to do that and start making like an older, more dark Star Wars, I feel like more people would go about it.
Yeah.
And like it.
Yeah, they probably
maybe the kids won't like it as much, but the parents will like it more.
Right. Yeah. And I think the confusing thing, because they went backwards, right?
Yeah, so it was like, I think it was like 4, 5, 6, and then they went 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, see, that's confusing.
I think.
That's too much.
It's all over the place. Well, I think what happened is originally they wrote the story and they didn't have anything else. They're like, cool, we'll do a pre-sequel. Then they did the pre-sequels, and they're like, what else can we do? Let's just expand on the original story.
Yeah.
So how can they do that? They had to buy the story.
Yeah.
So they had to buy it from Lucasfilms and go from there.
Right.
I mean, don't quote me on that. I don't actually.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have no idea, so you can say anything you want. I have no clue. But I mean, it's definitely worth like going to see, man, because it's crazy. I mean, I don't know how Disneyland's is. I don't know if it's going to be any different. But we tried. They have like this blue and green milk to make it seem like a alien type drink or whatever.
But it's milk.
And it's like, but it's not like actual milk. I forget. It's like not almond milk, but it's something even cleaner than that.
Okay.
Like coconut milk mixed with certain things or whatever.
You like almond milk.
So yeah, I knew. Yeah. That's why I knew I would like it, because I was like, I drink almond milk all the time. So
stay away from actual milk.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they put like hormones. Well, you got cow hormones. So
hormones, and you still have a bunch of sugar in there, and it's still, you know what I mean? It's just.
So you're a human drinking cow hormones.
Yeah.
Like, that's not good for you.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know who said that was good.
Exactly. It makes your bones strong.
I know. Like, as a kid, I think humans are one of the only people, when we get older, we still drink milk.
Yeah.
One of the only animals that do that.
Right.
Any other animals, like, no.
No, exactly.
Yeah, like you don't need this anymore in your body.
Exactly. Like, why do you think people told you? Like, when I was in high school, one of my coaches was like, "Oh, you want to get bigger? Like, drink some chocolate milk before bed, and eat peanut butter and jelly." Yeah. So I was just getting fat. I was getting bigger, but I was getting fat. Yeah. But I was getting fat. Yeah.
So you weren't gaining muscle. You're just
right. I was just getting fat. Yeah. Right.
Well, the idea is you gain the fat, and then you could turn the fat into muscle.
Right.
But especially if you're young, your body it's still breaking everything down, still growing. Like, you can't expect your body to transform fat into muscle right now. It's just not happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like using like something that somebody's in their 30s, trying to put it to somebody that's like 15, 16 years old. And you're like, no, it just doesn't work on their body. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when I was at NutriShop, like I had dads coming in and asking for their kids to, we need a mass gainer.
Oh, football playing
and
kids.
Stuff
I used to get it all the time when I worked at GNC. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he needs to gain weight. Dude, it's just going to take time. There's nothing you can do.
You're not going to do it in one season.
No, but if you put too much weight on the kid's body, it's going to screw the kid up for life.
Right.
Just let him naturally grow weight as he gets older.
Right.
I get it sucks when you're young, because you see everybody that's bigger and stronger, and you're like, well, he wants to be bigger, he wants to be stronger. Everybody wants to be bigger, and everybody wants to be stronger.
Exactly.
It takes time. If you want to do it right, it takes time.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go ahead and pump them up with some steroids, but then your kid's going to be screwed up for life.
Exactly.
So you figure out what you want to do.
Exactly.
Lesser of two evils.
And then you're also holding them back, because then you're trying to. That kid has to. You know how often that kid's going to have to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just about what you eat; it's about how often you eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to get the kind of size that you're looking for that kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that kid's not going to want to do that, because one, especially say he's really fast already.
Yeah.
If he's gaining that weight and not keeping up with his like agility training or anything like that, he's going to hold him back and make him worse.
Oh yeah.
And then he's going to get lethargic.
Yeah. And now he's going to be upset. And he's going to be upset at you.
Exactly.
Exactly what you just said.
And he's probably going to feel sick a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I know when I was younger, I didn't even work out. I didn't work out at all when I was younger. I didn't work out till I was 22, 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I played sports in high school. Then I got into the more individual sports like skateboarding and stuff like that, more extreme side stuff. Yeah. I was tiny. I think I weighed 140 pounds, 150 through high school.
I was the same way,
Just a little dude.
Yeah.
I didn't even have armpit hair until I was like 18 years old. Like, I remember we were in high school during gym time.
Yeah.
We were downstairs in the locker room, and I always be like, "Oh, look, I don't have any hair yet."
Like, I know.
Because I was just a little guy. Like, I don't even think I started to grow till I was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
I was the exact same way.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, but you lift now, and I feel like a lot of people that didn't do a lot of it when they were younger now have it and stick with it.
Yeah.
A lot of the people that lift when they were younger, I don't see them lifting anymore. It looks like a lot of them just ran that course in time. And they're like, cool, I did this when I was younger. I don't want to ever do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I played soccer, and I always wanted to play football, but I knew how good I was at soccer. Okay. So I was just like, I don't know if I want to switch, you know what I mean? Because our school was getting a lot of inner city kids. Yeah. I was like, I don't know if I'll play, all this kind of stuff. So I would go and lift with them.
Yeah.
Which was tough because, I was always sore. So I would go for upper body days, and then coach would call me out, and he'd like, Hamrick, you weren't there for leg day, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I know,
Leg day is huge in soccer, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. It's supposed to be. But, and that's what I should have went for. But, so that's how I got into that. But even before that, my school offered like a strength and conditioning class, but it was like 6 a.m. in the morning.
Okay, cool. I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So I only did it because my dad had to be there anyway.
Okay.
So he would just take me, And I used it, like, we didn't really do anything.
Or was your dad like a soccer coach?
He taught at the school. He was teaching math at the time.
Oh, he was a teacher. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
So he had to be there for like morning meetings and whatever. So we were already there, and I was like, I might as well just take this class, Yeah. And so I was already cool with the teacher. She was my gym teacher. I was already cool with her, and there was only one other kid in the class, which is this girl. And so we were there, and I just used it as like a study hall. Like I would do my homework that I didn't do, or I would sleep.
Yeah.
So like I think it was like middle of the year. I was like, I might actually try and like start working out.
Okay. This is in high school, right?
High school.
Okay.
I forget what year, but so I started working out, and then I saw this girl like leg pressing. She leg pressed like 1,000 pounds or something like that.
For a girl, that's wild.
Yeah.
Like when girls have such strong legs, it is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because it's so funny when you go to a gym and you see a girl doing a little bit of weight, and you know in your head, you're like, yo, put some weight on that.
You can do so much more. Right.
You don't even know the talent.
It's because they think they're going to get big, so.
I think this is a wrong mindset that the media pushes out there.
Yeah, exactly.
People just aren't knowledgeable.
Right.
Yeah.
But so I think that's what got me. I was like, I need to start lifting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, like I was like, I was scrawny, I was skinny.
Yeah.
I probably had like a little pot belly or whatever, like from eating peanut butter and jellies. But yeah, so I started lifting, and then and that's what I started doing. I had creatine, I had post-workout, pre-workout, weight gainers. So then I started just using supplements, and
How much money do you think you've spent?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
no idea.
Probably think $100,000 at least in your lifetime so far.
I don't know. It wasn't my money; it was my mom's. So
that's so funny.
So I mean, so I was doing that, and then I kind of stopped eating food.
Okay.
Because again, when you're having the mass gainer and stuff, it fills you up.
Yeah. It's just filler.
Yeah. So it's filling, and I started getting real sick.
Really?
Yeah. And then again, during that, I was on Adderall.
Okay.
So I didn't want to eat at all.
Yeah, so they had you on Adderall as a stimulant.
Right.
And so you're probably working out.
So my appetite, I had no appetite, and I was trying to work out, and then I actually lost weight. I was down to, I was 160, and I got down to 120.
Wow.
The whole time I was trying to gain weight.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was losing weight because I wasn't eating.
So I don't know how true this is, but I did hear that if you take Adderall, because of the type of stimulant it is, it'll actually block your growth hormone.
Yeah.
So you may be able to go into a gym, because it's basically legal meth.
Mm-hmm.
So you may be able to go into a gym and pick up 1,000 pounds and do a ton of things, but it won't develop over into actual body strength later on.
Right.
I don't know how true that is. I don't know the science behind it.
I don't know. I never even tried to think about, hey, this is helping me.
Yeah.
Or anything. I noticed it in school.
Yeah.
Because, it was weird. It did like the opposite of what it did to other kids. It made me focus, but I was also more outgoing.
Oh, really?
Because I'm usually like a quiet, kid. I didn't really say anything, whatever. But it also, I would focus, but then I would also participate in class, and I was more outgoing and all that kind of stuff.
I would say the opposite of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would focus because I had really bad ADD when I was younger.
Right.
I would focus a lot, but it would make me very irritable.
Yeah.
When people got me off my focus, or
right.
somebody tried to talk to me.
Yeah.
Because besides that, I was a class clown. I was always talking.
Yeah.
Always up, always walking around.
Yeah.
Can't stay in my seat more than 5 minutes.
Right.
I still can't stay in my seat for more than 5 minutes.
Right.
I'm like a 5-year-old sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, that's like me too. I need to be active. That's why I have a job where I walk around and stuff. Because if I just had to sit there for 8 hours, I'll probably kill myself.
That's what I do right now.
But yeah, see, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I go to work. I literally get to my desk probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Right.
As soon as I sit down, it's just constant work.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I don't even take lunch.
Yeah.
And I'm working till about 5:30 every day. And then I get up and leave. And it is ridiculous. Yeah.
But it's sometimes, I think it depends on what I'm doing. Like, so if I'm editing like a video, I can sit there for hours and not even realize how much time has went by.
Yeah, because you're really engaged.
Because I'm engaged in it, right?
Yeah.
But if it's something I'm like looking at the time every 2 seconds, I'm like, okay, are we done? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to like get up and like do stuff, But in school, I was never. I think in middle school I was like that.
Yeah.
But then going to a new high school, it made me like shy and not want to.
Okay, so what did you move when you were younger?
No, I just went to a different school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So because when I was in middle school, I went to a school called Newcastle Baptist.
Okay.
And then high school, I went to Red Line.
Okay.
So
Red Line Academy, right?
Yeah.
Christian Academy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So once I went there, like it was kind of like weird, trying to get like acclimated to things and trying to read people who I want to hang out with, all that kind of stuff, you know, like first going there, I had issues with girls already.
Really?
Yeah, and all the dudes hated me.
Dude, I wasn't even into girls till I was like 16, 17.
Yeah.
Not even like...
Oh, I was into girls like in kindergarten. See, so it was like...
I never cared enough. I always wanted to go do stuff.
Yeah.
And I still, like, I have a fiance now that luckily puts up with me.
Yeah.
But, I'd rather go do stuff. Even when I was younger, I hated team sports.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Yeah.
I never... I'd always do it just because my parents wanted me to. Played baseball. I tried to play football, but I was too small, so my mom never took me to practice.
Yeah.
She thought I was going to get hurt.
Yeah.
But, played lacrosse, played a couple of things, but I just hated team sports. So I've always did independent sports.
Right.
And it kind of always secluded me from a lot of people.
Right.
And then I always I guess they had me on so much Adderall when I was younger. Always all I could think about when I was at school was just going out afterwards and doing adventure stuff and like mountain biking or riding my bike or any canoeing, kayaking, anything that was adventurous. I would try to get myself into.
Right.
I still kind of do the same thing a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I think I had my first girlfriend when I was 14.
Yeah.
And then after that I just kind of worked on myself and then pursued little travel things on the side, and I didn't actually have a girlfriend I think till I was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just never cared.
Yeah.
Still don't really care.
Yeah. I mean, if it's someone that has the same, and obviously that's something that you saw in your fiance now that made you want to marry her. She has the same kind of thing that you kind of have. Yeah, well, that's it. That's it.
No, I'm very fortunate. She's an amazing woman. Yeah. So she's a teacher. She's always has my back on whatever I want to do and whatever I try to do, and she always tries to do it with me, no matter how wild it is.
Right.
She was like, "Okay, cool, I'll do it with you," and I always look at her, I'm like, "Babe, you're probably gonna get hurt, but you sure you want to do this with me?"
Yeah.
But she's my best friend.
Yeah, I mean that's what I tell people all the time. Oh, how do you know it's the one? Blah blah blah. I'm like, because it's your best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could do anything with. You don't mind.
Never met your best friend? That's
what I'm saying.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm so sorry you haven't met your best friend yet.
Right.
One day you'll meet it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with my wife, and that's what made me think hey, this is what, because we actually broke up for a little bit, and then I was like, this isn't what I want.
Wait, how long did you guys break up for?
A week.
Okay, that's not that bad. So me and my fiance now, we met in college. We had a class together, and she had a boyfriend at the time. And then I started working at the Olive Garden as a bartender, maybe a year later. Yeah. And she was also a bartender there.
Right.
And she was like, "Hey, did we have this class a couple years ago together?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then I had a girlfriend at the time.
Oh, okay.
And then we, past came to the shove, we kind of started messing around a little bit, right. And then we ended up hooking up and being together.
Yeah.
And we were together for 2 years, and then we broke up for a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah. Well, I whined like a little baby for about 6 months. Yeah. And then I gave up, and I was like, all right, cool, I'm just moving on. Moved on for a little bit, and probably about, I'd say about 2 years ago, she just came knocking on my door, which is like, "Hey, I miss you. How are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, I miss you."
Yeah,
and I was with another girl at the time.
Oh.
And so I ended up breaking up with that girl to get back with Christine, who I'm with now, and I've been happy ever since.
There you go.
So,
yeah. Good things come around, man, when they're meant to be. It's crazy. Yeah. I was actually talking to my wife's friend at the time, and back when we meet, 2011. And
you're a homie hopper?
Huh?
You're a homie hopper?
So she actually said, "Hey, you want to hang out?" And I was like, "Okay." And it happened to be at my wife's house. My wife now's house.
Okay.
So I actually met her at her own house, which is weird.
That's cool,
so yeah. But then we actually became friends, and I felt something about her. I was like, she's like one of the people that I would hang out with. She's like one of my friends, like my friends already, So I was like, oh, she seems cool,
Yeah.
So we were at this party or whatever, and then I guess the girl I was talking to was with another dude, and so my wife Heather was like, she texted me, she was like, she's with another guy, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I wasn't that into her anyway.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like forcing it.
Yeah.
When I just really didn't care.
Yeah. That's always been my best way of going about it.
Yeah.
I've always said, because even when I wasn't with Christine, I was kind of always going from relationship to relationship to relationship.
Yeah.
And a lot of my guy friends would be like, dude, how are you always going from girl to girl to girl? I'd be like, because I don't care.
Right. It doesn't.
It just doesn't matter to me. I don't care if I have somebody or don't have somebody. I'm just keep doing me.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure women pick up on the fact that you're just you doing you.
Yeah.
And they like that.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool, like, let me see what this is about.
Right.
And I think so many guys try to force it sometimes that it just doesn't work and you scare them off.
Exactly. And a lot of guys, and girls, they become like clingy towards the other person and all that kind of stuff.
It's a power struggle. Sometimes the man likes the woman more. Sometimes the woman likes the man more.
Right.
There's definitely ins and outs on that one.
Yeah. But again, that's what made me see something in my wife, because, she supported me when I tried to do me, even though it made it sound like a stupid idea, like I was a personal trainer for a little while. Like I was at Retro.
I remember that. Yeah.
I had my own thing, and then
by the way, did you like personal training?
I started off liking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it just the people just made it worse for me.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I hear that. Did the same thing.
Yeah.
I tried helping people training. One thing I think I like the most about lifting is the fact that it's an independent sport.
Yeah.
It goes back to me not liking team things. I'm not big advocate on working as a team. I like working.
Now why do you think that is though?
That's a really good question. I don't think I have an answer for that.
Just because you trust yourself to get the work done, and you don't want to have to put your trust in other people.
You know what? That's probably it. That's actually a really good point. Yeah. Absolutely. I would think that I don't like working as a team because I don't like depending on other people.
Right.
I like making sure that I take the brunt force of all the responsibility.
Right.
And knowing that I can put myself through it. I also think it's because I'm a very disciplined person.
That too.
And I think because I have that type of mindset and I'm able to push myself in that, if I'm relying on other people and I'm not getting the results I want, I'm going to get upset, I'm going to get angry, and I'm not going to want to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in high school and stuff, I was the opposite. I wanted to put in as much effort as I could, but I also wanted to depend on other people.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then I got older, and then I started getting into bodybuilding and stuff like that. Because I actually found this out when I started playing like rec leagues.
Okay.
And I played soccer for a league. I played basketball for a league. And during that time, I realized I was like, I hate this. What I mean? Yeah. I hate being really part of a team where I just want to do it myself.
Yeah.
You know? And then that's the way I am now.
That's why I do, if you look at my Instagram, I do a lot of extreme sports.
Yeah.
What I would call extreme sports, like mountain biking. People think I mountain bike around the trails. I go down mountains. I do downhill mountain biking.
Yeah,
that's
not
not extremely dangerous, but it's so much fun.
Right, it's exhilarating,
and whitewater kayaking.
Yeah.
So originally, Christine was asking me, she's like, okay, cool, so we'll do this whitewater rafting. I was like, no, I don't want to do it in a group with other people.
Right.
I want to be in a kayak going down rapids.
Right.
Possibly could die.
Yeah.
That looks like fun to me by myself. Don't want anybody else around me.
Right.
But I just independent things. And that's what gets me going. And lifting. I do Olympic lifting now. I mean, I started in a gym when I was a lifeguard. I didn't know anything about lifting. So all I would do was just I would go in and do bench press. I do 135 100 times every single day.
Yeah.
No matter what, because I had no chest when I was younger. I had this little bird chest where it popped out in the center here.
Yeah.
And I hated that because I was so weird about taking my shirt off because I had no chest or anything. It looked like a little bird cage.
Yeah.
So I wanted to get rid of that. So I literally would every single day, 100 bench presses at 135. Every single day, no matter what I did. If I had arm day, back day, whatever. Every single solitary day. And then I grew my chest out like this, and now I can't get it to go away.
Yeah.
Like it's basically permanently stuck like this forever. I don't even bench press anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'll maybe once every 6 months I'll
Right.
stop Olympic lifting and I'll do regular gym stuff.
Right.
And people are always in the gym. They're like, "Wow, so you're not doing your lifts today?" I'll be like, "No, I'm just gonna do regular lifting," and I still hit really good numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I don't.
Now, was that just to challenge yourself more to like try like do Olympic lifting and stuff like that, or?
Yeah. So a little background story. So I started off with CrossFit.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
You know, I got on that craze, loved it, thought it was really cool. Actually got to the point where I got a sponsorship and I got to go out to California.
Okay.
I got like a free 2-week vacation out in California.
Right.
Super awesome.
Yeah.
This guy Kenton reached out to me because of all the stuff I put on Instagram. Was like, man, I really like your style. I think you're going to be good at lifting. I think you're going to be good at CrossFit. Come out and hang out with us.
Yeah.
And I did that, and then I lost the appetite to want to do CrossFit anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't like the structure of having somebody tell me what I was going to do every day.
Yeah.
And then you start seeing these kids that are weighed 100 pounds, and they're doing these gymnastics, and they're flying past you. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I don't know. But during that time, I fell in love with Olympic lifting because Olympic lifting is actually part of CrossFit.
Right.
And I started doing Olympic lifting, and you started finding out you're using technique and strength. And so it was like a mixture of both.
Yeah.
And then for about a year or two, I kind of just derailed myself and went to the gym itself. And did regular gym stuff. Wanted to didn't really want to bodybuild, but just wanted to get stronger all the way around.
Right.
And then I got real bored with that.
Yeah.
And that wasn't challenging enough anymore. And then I switched back over to Olympic lifting, and that's where I'm at now. I just love the thrill of, I weigh 185 pounds and I'm putting, 340 pounds above my head.
Yeah,
I'm squatting 470 with nothing, ass to grass.
I know.
And people were just like, yo, how are you doing that? I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know, just consistency.
Yeah,
that's all you do.
Just go about it. But yeah, it's definitely a daily challenge. I love it. I love getting in there, turning the world off, putting my headphones in, and just going for it.
Yeah.
And people look at me like I'm an idiot too, especially when I go to the regular gym to do my lifts.
Oh yeah.
They don't understand. They don't understand
what you're doing, right?
And they just look at me like, dude, this kid's gonna hurt himself.
Right.
You don't know what you do. I've had at least a number of older men come up to me and tell me, dude, you're going to hurt your ankles. You're going to hurt your knees. Your knees are going to bust. I used to be able to do that when I was younger.
Oh, that's what I hate. Dude, I hate that the most.
Dude, you never looked like me. You were never as strong as me. And you were never as good as me. But
I've had two guys at Retro that wanted to train me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See?
There's one guy, he tried to get me to work out with. Well, he did get. I was like, fine. I'm a little bored by myself. I want to see what he does, And he was like, then after we were done working out, I was like, all right, it was fun, He was like, oh, maybe I can train you sometime. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't want you training me.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I hate that saying, oh, I used to look like you, or I used to do that, or I'm like, did you?
Living the glory days.
But I do love, I'll watch some of your videos on your Instagram, and I'll see I think there was one where these kids were just mesmerized by what you were doing.
Their mouths just dropped.
You know?
Yeah.
I think you you cleaned it, and they were like, oh, okay, but then you pressed it, and they're like,
yeah. Yeah,
I was like, that's hilarious.
Well, it's so I see this all the time, and I feel so bad. There's so much ego going on at the gym sometimes.
Yeah.
So I always go in. I start with just the bar,
yeah.
And I'll work with the bar and do technique stuff with the bar for a little bit, and then as I warm up with the bar, then I'll put 95 pounds in the bar, and then I'll move up little bit by little bit, making adjustments. Mm-hmm. And then these kids come in and they'll see me back squatting, 480 or whatever like that, or they'll see me snatching, and I'm snatching 225 for reps. And so then they have no idea, so they think it's light. So they go ahead and I just see them throw 315 on the bar and just try to squat it or something, and it's just horrible. And I'm like, dude, listen, let your ego drop real quick. This takes time, takes technique, just relax. And They don't do that, and they look over, they see me do something, and they see that I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I'm doing it, and then they're like, well, if he can do it, I can do it, and then it's an ego race.
Exactly.
And I'm like, dude, okay, you want to hurt yourself first? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly how it is. Because I actually, I was trying to get into like powerlifting a little bit.
Yeah. That's another tough sport.
So it is. And for me, it was tough to stay consistent because, again, I was getting bored.
Yeah.
I was like,
See, that's. I watch people on their deadlifts, and one thing I don't understand about powerlifting, and I'm nothing against it. These guys are so strong.
Yeah.
They're super fucking strong.
Oh, yeah.
But why do you only squat to a 90-degree angle and come back up? I don't, for the life of me, it's not for me personally, that's not a squat.
Right.
If your ass is not the grass, if you're not fully bent down, if you're not in the hip and you're not popping back out, that's not a squat.
Right.
I don't count it. You're putting all that strain on your lower back, and then you're basically doing a good morning coming up.
Right.
And I look at people's backs when they do that, especially the deadlifts, and I'm like, man, like your poor back is just probably screaming right now.
Yeah. I mean, if they're doing it right, they're using more glutes and hamstrings than they are lower back.
If you're doing it right.
If you're doing it right.
The majority of the people that I see don't.
Right. And that's in like your average gyms and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so because I actually got all my form, I watched a lot of strongman and stuff like that. I watched them do it.
Dude, that's how I learned most of my stuff. I read one book called The Supper Leopard. Okay. And that was about like form and taking care of your body.
Right.
And then I basically watch YouTube videos. I watch Clarence Kennedy YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I watch how he does it. I watch how Max Lang from Germany does it. And I compare their styles to mine. And then I film myself. And I literally break everything down little bit by little bit by little bit. I'm slightly obsessed. And then I critique myself.
Right.
And Christine comes in the room all the time, and she looks at me. She's like, are you watching that video of yourself? You're so egotistical. And I'm like, no, it's not like
learning.
That. I'm trying to learn when I'm doing incorrect so I can do better.
Right.
Like, and also the obsession with that keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah.
So when I was like 21, I used to go with my one friend all the time, and we used to drink all the time.
Yeah.
And I literally would get in so much trouble.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a drunk,
right?
But I was definitely to the point where like all I was doing is going out and partying, and my life was just like falling apart.
Right.
So definitely the gym and then lifting and just fitness has saved me as a person.
Oh yeah.
And faith too. But a little bit of all of that. Like, and I guess that is what helps keep me together every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't too big into drinking as I got older because I did a lot of it in middle school.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a lot of drinking and smoking and stuff. Like going into.
I was a really good kid. So I didn't do any of that stuff till I was, and again, same thing for like girls. Like I did not get into anything till, I don't think I had my first beer till I was like 16 and a half, almost 17. Like I guess I just like was delayed. I was sheltered.
Well, also, I mean, I guess I was kind of sheltered, but I don't know, because I went to a Christian school my whole life, right?
Yeah.
So, people have
knows about this, Christian girls.
Yeah. Most of them, but
the stories are true.
Yeah. But like I was, getting that stuff like thrown at you all the time and stuff like that. You're going to have a point in your life where you're like, is this really true?
Yeah.
And I was getting to that age, and I think that's what middle school was for me, and I also got held back in 8th grade.
Oh, did you really?
So I had to do 8th grade twice.
Oh, wow.
At the same school, which was awful.
Yeah, but
dude.
That messed with you a little bit?
A little bit. I think it really, because like when I found out, like I act like I didn't care, but in my room I was crying and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It affected you that bad?
Yeah. Because I wanted to go, I didn't care about getting held back.
Yeah.
That was fine. I cared about going to the same school where my friends were going to be upstairs in high school, and I was still going to be in the, But it was probably one of the best things that's ever happened.
Okay.
Because the class I ended up at Red Lion, I loved. The class I would have been in, it was kind of boring.
So originally you were scared, and
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So but going into it, and then also the first day they're taking like roll call in class, right?
Yeah.
He's like, the teacher's going through the names. He was like, Ben Hamrick, welcome to round 2.
Oh, no.
And everyone started laughing, and I was kind of laughing with them, but in my head, I'm like, fuck.
What a jerk.
Yeah, man.
I'm not going to lie. I would have done something at the teacher's desk.
Yeah, man. But, like, going through all that.
I was rebellious.
And then
when I got to, like, 16, 17 years old.
Well, that's what I was getting to. Like, I started kind of rebelling and then going against what I was taught and going against what my parents were saying.
Well, of course, that's part of the natural. That's just a natural part of your life.
Exactly, which is why, I mean, I knew people that could get me beer, and I knew people that could get me weed and all that kind of stuff. I started getting into that, and I started doing it through high school, and then I thought the high school would change me because like they all got good grades. I didn't.
Okay.
You know, I didn't care at all. And I think that's where lifting came in.
Yeah.
And gradually started to make me care about something.
Yeah, give you a focus and a drive.
You know? And I remember talking to my dad a while back, and he was like, I've been done high school and everything, right? And we were talking, he was like, yeah, me and your mom prayed every day that you would find something that you would care about.
Yeah.
And we didn't know it would be this. You know, so but I'm glad.
Were they upset about
They weren't upset. No.
Okay.
No, because it was after my first bodybuilding competition, I think it was. First time I ever heard my dad say he was proud of me.
Oh, wow. That's huge.
So I was like...
I'm still waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
I'm not even lying.
Well, it was cool because, like, my dad's not, like, he doesn't share...
Feelings.
Like, I mean, now he's getting more with it because we're all getting older and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And now we talk as friends. And but back then, no, me and him just butt heads.
Oh, yeah.
Like crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
But now we have a better relationship and all that stuff. But yeah.
It's crazy how your relationship with your parents changes when you're older.
Because now you understand what they were trying to do more.
Yeah, unless your parents were crazy.
Well, that
you're
too.
still questioning why they did
that. That too.
Yeah. I mean, super strict parents. So I'm adopted. So.
Oh wow.
I tell people this so I was adopted when I was about a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
I grew up in a nunnery. So
wow.
Yeah, like I mean, I call it a nunnery, but I guess.
Do you remember that or?
No,
okay.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But apparently, like I stayed with nuns for like the first year and a half of my life.
Wow.
And then I was adopted into the family that I'm with currently. God bless, looking out for me, making sure I got into a good family.
Right.
But my parents were just so strict, and my dad had some issues. Like,
really,
man, he stuck me in therapy my whole life, and was just like, boy, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you every single day. And he's never told me that he's proud of me. No matter what I do, no matter how much better I try to become.
Right.
Like, I don't know, I guess he had a hard life. So he went to Vietnam War, came back, both his parents died, and his sister moved. And then he put himself into college, and then went to night school, went to college, graduated with his master's degree, like 2 different master's degrees, and part owner of like Artisans Bank for a number of odd years until he retired. So he put the pedestal high, and so no matter what I do, I graduated. Okay, cool, you did something. Now what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Not like, oh, that's awesome, you know. And so I've never had that type of like bond with my dad.
Right.
It's always kind of odd.
Well, it's also because he probably doesn't express himself in that way too.
No.
He probably doesn't want to. I don't know. Like he feels like it's not girlish, but like he just doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Especially when you've been to war and stuff. Like those people keep everything in pretty much.
Yeah. When I was younger, I had an Asian friend. His name was Chris Berkheimer. Really cool kid.
Yeah.
But I brought him over to my house one time, and my mom came running over. Was like, "You need to take your Asian friend out of the house," because he was in Vietnam War.
Right.
I guess
flashbacks and stuff, man.
Yeah. So I had to get him out of the house.
That's crazy.
I remember that.
Did he understand? Like your friend?
Not really. I was just like, dude, we gotta go. I didn't really explain anything. I was just like, we gotta go.
Yeah.
I think I made up an excuse or something.
Right.
But I remember when we were going to church one time when I was younger, there was this family that came over to say hi to my dad. And my dad went to say hi to the guy. And when the guy walked away, my dad looked at me and said, Jeff, that guy right there is a coward. He's a fucking coward. He said he ran when he got drafted.
Oh.
And he was like, it's a fucking coward. And I was like, damn. He
still doesn't talk to him.
Called him out too.
That's crazy.
Called him out.
That's crazy, man.
It was a different time. I can only imagine. I mean, what would you do nowadays if something like that happened and you were going to get drafted to the war? I mean, I guess you got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I would feel the same way about someone. Like, if I got to go, why don't you? Why are you scared to go?
Wait, so you're going to go, then come back? Right. Or not go, and then come back? Like,
right.
Yeah, but he said there was a whole group. I remember him telling me there was a whole group of people that, like, fled to Canada.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They went to Canada because they didn't want to go to the war. I mean, it's your life on the line. You make your own decisions,
Yeah, and that's tough being forced to do it.
Yeah.
But
I don't understand how you're going to run from your country and then come back to your country.
Yeah, that's a little...
Yeah, I mean, that's a...
Yeah, you can't do that.
No,
right.
Not at all. It's
right.
super unpatriotic.
Yes.
Like, to the max.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, like you said, I couldn't imagine... I remember getting out of high school, like, I knew I wasn't going to college.
Yeah.
I knew it. I was like, there's no way. I barely got through high school.
You didn't want to go into any financial debt that I went into in order to get a job that I could have just got out of high school?
Yeah. Well, I ended up going to Dawn Career Institute for personal training. So that was about 9 months. And then, so I racked up some debt doing that. And then I tried to I was like, okay, I have this new drive and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to try and go to Wilmington because my credits from Dawn transferred to Wilmington.
Okay.
And all I wanted...
Like physical therapy?
I just wanted to be a gym teacher.
Oh, okay.
That's all I wanted to do. But none of the advisors knew how to get me there. I went to 3 of them.
Knew how to get you to be a gym teacher?
Yeah. That's all I wanted to do.
Did you have to be a teacher?
I don't know.
I think you still don't know. Teaching degree.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, they put me in liberal studies or whatever, and then
And just we're just gonna put you in liberal studies?
Dude, I was taking like semesters of just electives because I have to pass those to get to the regular courses or whatever. Yeah. And I was like, this is bullshit, man. Like, what am I wasting? You know what I mean? And then I had failed and I had to pay a semester in full with my own money.
Okay.
So I did that, but then they took like half of that and put it to something that was already paid, and they screwed me that way. And I was like, whatever, I'm done.
This is at Wilmington University?
Yeah. Okay. I was like, I'm done, man.
Dude, I've taken so many art classes at Wilmington University for my degree that when I graduated, they gave me a minor in art history. I'm not even joking. Like, I have a minor in art history. I could probably go work at some type of museum right now or something. I know absolutely nothing about any of it.
Right, but you had the degree.
I had the degree. I had a piece of paper.
Exactly. But that's one of the classes I did. I had to do history of rock and roll.
Okay.
And do all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, man, I'm done, man. Like, school is just not for me, No. So I really
and that's me and my brother were talking about this the other day. He's a tradesman. He works in a local union for like pipe fitters. The guy works super hard. He works I think he just had like a 30-day, like 12-hour day every single day.
Yeah.
Work shift. But one thing that they tell you is you get this idea when you're younger that in order to make a lot of money, you have to go to college. You got to go to college, get something in some type of like STEM field, super degree, and then that's the only way you're going to make money.
Right.
Like, you can make just as much money as a tradesman.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you that stuff. Because they don't want you to know that stuff.
Yeah.
And then you're just stuck, and you're like, oh man, and then you finally get out. Like right now, I work at a bank. Mm-hmm. I work in loan syndication operations. It's a really pretty good job. Yeah. A lot of people, they go for that type of position there. Mm-hmm. And I'm just trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
But I'm to the point now. I'm 30 years old. Like, is it too late for me to change and go somewhere else? Like, I don't know.
Right.
But life's a journey, so you're supposed to just keep going, taking little mini adventures as you go. So.
Exactly. I mean, and that's what I love about it, because I know, even though sometimes you feel like you're going to be in that position forever, it's like, oh, I want this to be over, It's just, especially when, like, say, like, I'm working on this business that I want. Yeah. I was like, I just want this to happen already. You know what I mean? Because I'm tired of missing holidays and have to work on holidays. I'm tired of
instantaneous gratification. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
But I know I'm going to get it. It's just about when.
Yeah.
I mean,
it takes time.
Yeah.
It takes time, Not all of us are, born with a silver spoon in our mouth?
Yeah,
Is that what they say?
Yeah.
Some people are just adequately a little luckier in life than other people.
Yep.
Actually, I know a guy who makes a ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently went to Las Vegas. And, I mean, I don't gamble, but apparently he went to one of the tables and was playing blackjack and, like, bet a side deal. I don't know anything about it.
I don't know either.
Too much about it, but he ended up winning $350,000.
Jeez.
Like, and this dude's been so lucky his whole life. Like, just has like a bucket of luck.
Right. That's crazy.
And apparently, when this happened, everybody was like, "Dude, did you just pick another coin out of your bucket of luck?" Like, because it's just one thing after another.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean, some people just have it. Like, it just naturally happens. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, but eventually, hopefully, it just comes crashing down.
Yep.
Just joking. I hope it does.
No. So, getting back into like lifting and stuff, like for nutrition, what do you do?
That's a really good question. Nothing. I don't eat fast food. I don't drink sodas.
Right.
I stay away from that stuff.
Right.
I try to eat a nutritional food. Christine, she makes my lunches for me. Each week I either have, it'll either be meatloaf with potatoes or beef stew. Or the third one is shepherd's pie.
Okay.
And I literally have one of those every single day.
Yeah.
And then I come home and have a full course meal. But the one thing I do take, the one thing I spend my money on is I do take a weight gainer.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah.
Every single day. Right when I'm done eating dinner, I have a weight gaining shake.
Okay.
Every single day. I have to. My body just breaks everything up super fast.
Right.
And the way I work out and how I work out.
Right.
Gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
exactly.
As long as I do that, I maintain it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I go out and have a beer.
Yeah.
I love cheesesteaks. Love pizza.
Right.
I just try not to be a fat ass.
Right.
I eat. Like, it's not 9:00 at night and I'm eating brownies. You know
right.
what I mean? Like, instead of eating a brownie, I'll go ahead and have I'll have chips and salsa, hummus,
right.
Carrots. Like, I eat nutritional snacks.
Right.
And I feel like if you do stuff like that and you go to the gym, you should be all right.
Yeah.
I've always thought, though, what would it would be like if I went ahead and took my nutrition to the next step?
Right.
Like, how that would fold over to me lifting.
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes life's busy.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I've tried everything, but then, like, I was like, I think the biggest thing for me, I think tracking my calories, like, really helps me.
Oh, really?
Because a lot of times I think I'm eating a lot, but I'm not.
Dude, I hate eating.
I do too.
Is that odd?
I mean, I hate eating the foods that I'm supposed to eat.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't eat.
Because, like, when we went to Disney World,
dude,
I ate everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, my wife's like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Can you eat?" Yep. I'm like, "Why are you even asking?" Like, just the craziest things. Like, but then we come back, and then for some reason, I've had this, like, addiction to sugar.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I bought before I would think it would be nasty.
Like, do you taste the sugar sometimes? Do you crave it?
Oh, I crave. Yeah.
You know what it is? It's an imbalance in your nutritional value.
That's what I was thinking.
What you're having. So there was a chart I saw one time that broke down if you're literally craving certain things.
Yeah.
It has to do with the fact that your body's not getting nutrition from somewhere else.
Right, and that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, well, I have like these certain fruits. Probably the only fruit I eat is a banana. And I usually mix that,
Dude, love fruit.
Yeah.
I love fruit.
I mean, I love it too. I just don't really eat it.
Oh, man.
I don't know why. Like, I could.
It has healthy carbs, healthy fats, healthy sugars.
Right.
Yeah.
But I usually mix that with my protein shake because I'll have that before work. And then, but yeah, like, like the cupcakes, like the Little Debbie stuff.
Yeah.
Like, they had like an eggnog one or whatever.
Okay.
And I went to the store hungry because my wife was sick. I had to go to the store. And
okay. That's a big no-no.
I know. And I was hungry and I was like.
From your wallet.
I know. I was like, oh, eggnog. Like, I love eggnog. And then they had these Christmas tree ones. And normally I would never eat that stuff. But then I was starving. So I was like, oh, it looks good. And I want sugar, And then, I ate a whole box of those. And yeah, man.
I just get afraid of what the processed foods do to you.
That's true, too.
Like, and not to be gross, but your bowel movement can say a lot about how you eat.
Yeah.
Like, if you're having bad bowel movements all the time, it's because you're not eating correctly.
About that, and then also how often, and then, like, when, and all that kind of stuff,
Like, just stay away from the bad things. Stay away from fast food. Stay away from sodas. Stay away from... things that are bad for processed chicken. Like, people say chicken and rice all the time. I'm like, I don't really like chicken too much. Like, I like steak. I'll eat more steak than anything. Just steak. I take a pre-workout when I go to the gym.
Yep.
I take the gym pre-workout.
Okay.
I've actually, that's the only pre-workout that I've been taking for 1 year solid.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, usually I'll take a pre-workout and it'll stop working.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, cool, I need to try something else.
Right.
But gym's the only one where it's like consistently I just buy the same thing over and over and over.
Right.
Just one scoop and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
So there must be something about it that's not just caffeine then, because then your body's probably getting used to that caffeine, but then there's something else in it.
Oh, definitely.
That probably keeps it. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Like, there's got to be stuff in there. I don't know. You know, like, it works.
Right.
So, because I mean, I go to work. So I live in Smyrna, Delaware, and I work in Wilmington.
Right.
So I got to drive an hour each day to work.
Yeah.
And then I don't get off to about 5:30. It's already dark.
Right.
And then I got to drive an hour back to Dover, Delaware, in order to go to the gym.
Jeez.
And so I'm not getting to the gym till about 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I'm already dead tired.
Yep.
You know? And so it helps me get through it. And then sometimes I'll take it and I'll go home and I'll actually stay for an extra few hours.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's the only one that gets me through the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because some of them, like, you ever take Mr. Hyde?
Yeah.
You get these crazy jitters.
It just shoots you up and gives you jitters, and then all of a sudden you're just like,
like I'm falling apart.
Yep.
Yeah. I hate that.
Exactly.
I don't like that. Gym doesn't do that. It like gets me going and lets me push, and then just keeps me steady.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Does he just have one pre-workout, or is is that a certain kind?
Just one pre-workout.
Just one. Okay.
Yeah. Just that. That's it.
Yeah.
The only thing is it's expensive. It's like $50 a can.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and then Christine tries to take some of my stuff. So my fiance tries to take some of my stuff. And I'm always gonna be like, babe, like, let's be honest here.
Don't waste it.
I know. Yeah. Well, I buy her. She likes Ghost, so I buy Ghost for her, so she can take that and leave my stuff alone. Yeah. Yeah. And then, I mean, I try to egg her on when she goes out, though, and I'm out with her. I'm like, baby, you should get a new pre-workout for me. Doesn't always work, though.
Yeah, I mean, pre-workouts are crazy. I mean, and there's so many out there, and then everyone like reacts to something different.
Oh, absolutely. Your body chemistry is going to be completely different than the other person's body chemistry.
Right.
Yeah. That same thing.
Like people's adrenals and stuff like that. Yeah. Like some can handle. Like I know the ones at NutriShop, we used to have like 400 milligrams of caffeine, and this one guy would come in.
That's ridiculous.
This doesn't do anything for me. I'm like, whoa, okay. Well, you need to cleanse your adrenal gland or something.
Hey,
like
you need to stop drinking them 5 Red Bulls a day.
Yeah. Or the 5-hour energy or coffee or.
So people say stuff to me about taking pre-workout, and at work I look over and at like 9 o'clock in the morning, people are drinking Monster drinks, Red Bulls, and I'm like, listen, you're coming at me for what I take, but what is this like? So there's this one guy that sits near me, and I don't know if he's going to see this or not. If you do, I'm not sorry. But he drinks a Monster energy drink and then has a Diet Coke every day. And I look over and I'm like, dude, like, are you kidding me? And then he talks about going on like a diet.
Yeah.
What's that diet? Is it keto?
Keto, yeah.
I'm like, dude, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Don't do this. This sounds dangerous. He's like, no, I can have diet soda. I'm like, dude, you're gonna die. Like, yeah, man. Ridiculous. And then he has in the middle of the day, he'll drink like a naked drink.
Okay.
Because he thinks they're healthy. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you know Coca-Cola makes that. Yeah. And like, it's not healthy. It's just full of sugar. Yeah. And then
just because it's in the organic section in the grocery store,
I know. He does drink one healthy thing. Not that I watch every single thing, but he's my desk buddy, so it's hard not to know what he's always doing.
Right.
Drinks those kombucha teas.
Oh, okay, kombucha,
yeah, I love it.
That's supposed to be good for digestion.
Yeah,
so,
I drink 1 or 2 of those. It's good for your gut. Drink 1 or 2 of those a week. But and then he drinks a Mountain Dew. Yeah. And I'm like, man,
that's weird.
Like, but he never eats any food.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure he's getting to a point in his life.
Yeah.
Like, because he's like in his mid-30s. So I'm pretty sure that his body's breaking down a little bit by little bit.
Oh, it's got to be.
Yeah, do you ever do that? Like when you go out, do you ever watch people's eating habits sometimes or people you work with? And then because you lift, because you've been through a nutritional phase in your life, because you know a lot about it, you just like kind of see it taking on a toll from them and they just don't realize it? Yeah. I think some people are so unhealthy that they don't know what it's like to be healthy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they're like, no, I feel fine. I'm like, do you feel fine? I mean, you've been so unhealthy for so long. I don't think you know what it's like to be healthy.
Yeah. Which is the reason I can't go to a buffet. Yeah. Because I go to a buffet and I get physically sick.
Do you really?
To watch people get the food.
I thought you were going to say you ate so much food.
No. Not eating it. Yeah. Just watching the people get it.
Yeah.
You know, because we used to go to Hibachi buffet to get sushi.
Okay.
Because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
And we could get more. And then we started.
Back in the day, if you were with some friends and you guys did the Magic Dragon, then you would go in there and you puff the Magic Dragon.
Right. Yeah, that too.
Not that I ever did that.
Right. But like, so we used to do that, and then I was like, I can't watch people fill their plate and just see the type of people that are getting that food.
Yeah, it's gross, right?
And like, I look at the food, I'm just like, ugh, it just makes me sick, you know. And then even at work, I'll go into the little break area to like, you know, because so during the work week, I love jasmine rice, so I cook myself the long grain jasmine rice.
Very good.
Love that, and then I have turkey. With it, sometimes chicken, sometimes beef, whatever. And then, so I have that, and then I'll go in, I'll see what other people are eating, and I'm just like, I'm not judging them, but I'm like, ugh.
Oh, I judge.
You know?
I judge hard.
Yeah. But then you know what they do?
Huh.
They'll look at what I'm eating. Oh, I was eating that, just the other day or whatever. I had this meal, and like, you know, I had this good thing. Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't care because I still have that kind of bodybuilder ingrained in me.
Yeah,
chicken and rice, you know,
you
whatever.
Good habits from it.
Yeah. It's not bad. I'm not a big vegetable person, so I'm trying to find. I found a brand, Bomar Nutrition.
Okay.
They have a good greens supplement, so I think I want to use that.
If I could just take everything in a shake and be like,
oh,
cool,
dude, I think everyone would, man.
I would be done.
Yeah,
I'd be fine.
Yeah.
Like some people say they love eating, and that's what I said earlier. Like I'm like I don't like. Actually hate it. I'm a slow eater. I sit there. I'm methodically just chew my food. I'm like, oh man, like I gotta eat another bite of this. Like
it's different when I'm hungry. If I'm hungry, I'll shovel it in. Like,
really?
You know, I'll eat fast.
Man, I wish I had.
But when I was bodybuilding and I had to force feed myself, oh, it is awful.
See, that's why I never really got into bodybuilding.
Yeah,
a lot of people misconstrue and they think that's what I'm into. They're like, oh, dude, you're like a bodybuilder. And I'm like, no, dude, I don't care at all about bodybuilding.
Right.
It just happens to come with the outfit of what I do.
Exactly.
Like, my body happens to become a certain way.
Yeah.
Like, if I didn't have to have thighs that can't fit in my pants every time I put my pants on, I'd be cool with that. Like, yeah. Like, I actually kind of don't like that at all.
Yeah.
And the fact is, anytime I go out with my friends or anything like that, and we're drinking, we're at a bar, every time somebody sees somebody that has muscles on them or something like that, the person that's the drunk is always going to try to wrestle me or fight me or something, and it's so annoying. And you're just like,
you get that too. I hate
all
that.
The time I'm like, dude, I'm just here to have a good time.
Exactly.
Like, why are you trying to challenge me?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, don't get it wrong. When I'm out and I'm with the boys, I mean, we wrestle all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's different. Yeah.
I mean, that's fun. But yeah, every time I always get somebody trying to challenge me, I'm like, dude, what? I don't. What? So I try to wear real big stuff when I go out now,
right?
Like a big jacket or whatever. It just kind of hides it, so I don't have to worry about it. I mean, of course, I don't look like a big bodybuilder. I'm very lean, but I mean, I had days where I used to be bigger. Yeah. So I definitely. That's just how it is.
But it's also with the clothing and stuff. Like if you're wearing like Rogue or you're wearing like some kind of like fitness shirt.
Yeah.
You could get the big size, but like for me, like I was wearing a double X, but my arm, it was still tight around my arms.
Yeah.
You know, so when we went to, my buddy took me to Dewey for my bachelor party.
Yeah.
And we just went into the Starboard. Right when we walked in, this dude tried to get in my face.
Right away?
I'm like, dude, I'm not even here for that.
Like I'm here to have a couple of drinks and hang out.
And that's what I did. Like I was very calm with him. I was like, dude, I'm not doing this with you, whatever. And then
why do you think that is?
And then he went and bought me a drink.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm good.
Why do you think people do that?
I don't know. I think partly it's the drinking.
Yeah.
So they're kind of a little buzzed and they see someone and they feel like they need to challenge them or whatever.
Yeah.
That happened to us one time in Newark. I was with my boy who was actually at the time a pro mixed martial arts fighter.
Oh wow.
So
those dudes are dangerous.
But also he's only like 5'5".
Yeah.
Like short little dude, doesn't look jacked or anything.
So sorry to sidetrack.
No,
but I took a break from lifting. I got into jiu-jitsu.
Okay, yeah.
Did jiu-jitsu for a little bit. And one thing jiu-jitsu has taught me is that you should never look at somebody by the size they are and say, I can kick that dude's ass.
Tell me about it.
Because these little dudes will hurt you so bad.
I
used to get tore up by little dudes half my size. And then there was an instructor at the one I went to. His name was Kevin Green. Really good guy. Yeah. He would just tear your ass up. All of them. They would all of them. Anybody that wasn't a white belt with me would basically beat me up.
Right.
I mean, I would try to use power in order to overpower people.
Oh, yeah.
But it's an extremely humbling experience.
I know.
And one thing, like I said, I noticed is, you can never go out and just say, oh, dude, that guy has muscles. He looks like Arnold. He can obviously beat that guy up. No,
right.
Dude, you have no idea. And if you ever hung around people that did MMA or did mixed martial arts or do jiu-jitsu or any of that type of stuff, you'll realize, dude, it's all about being trained, knowing how to fight.
Technique.
Yeah, if you don't know any of these philosophies, if you don't know how to do anything, if
you're just throwing haymakers and shit, like
dude, you're going to get crushed.
Yeah, dude.
You're going to get crushed. Like, I'm not saying that I'm good at fighting. I'm not at all. I got crushed.
Right.
I did like a couple of the MMA classes and got crushed every time.
Yeah.
Just wasn't good at it. Just didn't have the body flow for it. But jiu-jitsu I liked. I really liked jiu-jitsu because it was like a chess game.
Yeah.
But still wasn't good at that either.
Yeah.
But I remember I had a guy come in and he was like 300 and some pounds. And he would just like toss us around, but this little guy in there was just taking him down every single time. Screwing him up, like, and no matter how big this dude was, like this little guy, this maybe 5'5", which is crushing him. Crushing him. But the only problem is I would go out with a couple people that did MMA, and every time they would get some drinks in them, and then somebody would say something, they would go right and be like, dude, I'll fuck you up. Yeah. Like, I will whoop your ass.
Yeah.
And it's a different learning experience, but I'm extremely humbled by it.
Oh, exactly. Because I went through the same thing. I actually train an MMA fighter.
Oh, did you?
I'm her strength and conditioning coach.
Okay.
So this day, I still am.
Oh, okay.
She's 4-0 right now. And
dude, women that do that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is insane. Like,
and the way she started was just going there to do kickboxing for fitness.
Yeah.
But then she ended up, getting into the whole fighting thing. Now she's a black belt in karate or whatever.
Yeah.
And then she also teaches it. And then I think she's a blue belt in jiu-jitsu.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I got up to, I think I had 3 black stripes on my white belt in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. She's been doing it for a while.
She could probably. I'm actually going to guarantee that she would put some moves on me.
But also, like, because I did it one time.
Yeah.
And again, like, one guy I could keep down with my strength.
Yeah.
But then I actually fought the actual teacher. We like rolled a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, he hip tossed me so hard.
Oh, it was judo.
Dude. Well, I mean.
So a lot of the
I guess, yeah. So a lot of judo, because I tried like the wrestling takedown or whatever, but then I guess I went too low and he like had me in a headlock and then I ended up on the ground somehow.
Put you in a headlock,
dude, man. I was like,
I used to try to. One of my favorite things that I learned because you have 2 styles of jiu-jitsu: gi and no gi.
Yep. Yeah.
I actually really like doing gi.
Yeah, that's what she does too. Yeah.
Once you learn to manipulate like people's clothing and stuff, you can do some.
It's another level. Like twist them with stuff across their shirt.
Yeah. And and once I started doing jiu-jitsu a lot, I would go out and I would start analyzing people and be like, if I was going to take this dude down, this is exactly what I would do.
Exactly.
Like, I would use your jacket, rip it around your neck, put you down. I would try to get you on some type of flying armbar.
There was a dude that used to go to the, I guess they called it gym, that the girl I train goes to.
Yeah.
He was a bouncer at Grotto's or something.
Was it Vinny?
And no, I think his name was John.
John.
He was very tall,
was he and
he did like jiu-jitsu and all that. He actually what do you call those? Like he like kicked a dude in the face. This dude wanted to fight him.
Yeah.
And it went viral. Like this video of him just like, what do they call it? Like a side like where he like spun and like kicked the dude in the face or whatever. And I was like, I don't think you're supposed to use that outside of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think he went back to that gym after that.
That's what I'm saying. So those dudes are so lethal. Like, and like when we go out and we would drink, especially when I was younger, people would be like, "Oh, Jeff's got muscles. He can be." Like, dude, no, dude. Like, I can't fight. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's why I did jiu-jitsu, to learn some stuff so I could back myself up with some stuff. But what it basically taught me is just to be humble, because you never know how big the fight in that little dog is. Like, you don't know.
Exactly.
You could give me the biggest person in the world.
Yeah. And
you could give me the like a medium regular sized person that's done jiu-jitsu for 5 years or MMA for 5 years. I will take that person over that big guy anytime. Because just the knowledge of knowing how to do stuff versus somebody just being size dominant.
Exactly.
It's going to get crushed.
Because size and strength can only take you so far in fighting.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It can actually hinder you.
Right. Because if you're fighting someone that knows jiu-jitsu or wrestling or boxing, like even that, dude, you're not going to hit that guy. Nah. Because he knows how to move.
You're not going to hit him. Yeah, you're going to get hit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. The way I always fought growing up, I got hit a ton.
Yeah.
But I didn't let it bug me.
Okay.
And I think that's what scared the other person. Is like they would hit me, and I'm like, oh shit, I got hit a ton, and but I was always like just pushing back, and then I remember a guy telling me, he's like, dude, you need to learn how to move your head, like
get your head out of the way.
Like I would just take punches like crazy. One time I punched a guy. We went to punch at the same time, and we collided hands, and it broke his hand.
What?
And I was in middle school at the time. And after that, I was cocky as hell.
That's why
after I did that,
to your face, like block your face, like hit and boom.
Yeah, but I was cocky as hell after that. But yeah, I think whenever I have time, I think I want to like go into that kind of stuff.
Like jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Or take like a full like MMA overall.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Class.
There's a ton of great places here in Delaware that do that. People are super into it.
And a lot more people now than before.
Yeah.
Because the UFC's getting bigger and people want to like see stuff doing that. People want to defend themselves.
Yeah.
More, like the classes that they have.
You should know how to take care of yourself. Like
that too.
And that's my big thing with people in the gym as it relates to the gym itself. You see these people that try to get so big and so strong, and it's just like, okay, cool. What can you do with it?
Yeah.
Like, you're big, you're strong, you got muscles. What are you doing with those muscles?
Right.
Can you jump over something really high? Can you run really fast?
Right.
Can you lift a weight up and put it over your head? Or can you just do the standard this, and this? I'm like, it defeats any purpose of actually having it for something.
Exactly.
Like, that's like, use a size, use a strength, and use it into, jiu-jitsu. Do into something like that. Like, I have great respect for people that do stuff like that. I mean, but when you go in places like that too, you also have ego people. It's just like you do in any gym.
Yeah, but that's what I love about fighters is like if they know how to fight, you usually don't start them.
No.
You know what I mean? Like the girl I trained, she was at Aldi, and a lady, I guess something happened in the parking lot, and the lady was like, I'm gonna beat your ass, blah blah blah. And then the girl I trained, she was like, okay.
So why do people act like that? Like,
I honestly don't know.
It boggles my mind that, like 30 years old and I go out and there's other people around my age and they had a couple beers in them and they're upset about something. They're like, "You won't fight you." I'm like, what are you, 14?
And that's gonna do what?
You're gonna fight, dude. In today's world, you can't touch anybody without getting in trouble.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
What are you gonna accomplish anymore? It's not like what it used to be. This isn't the olden days. You can't go out back and just slug it out and then whoever wins and walk away.
Yeah, exactly.
And people are crazy. Like, put stuff on the internets. You get into fights on the internet.
Yeah, you're gonna get it on someone's phone, and then you're gonna get sued or something like that just because, And I told her, and I was like, "Look, I'm glad you didn't fight that person because they're gonna the court will look down on you because you know how to fight."
Oh yeah, for sure.
And be in favor of her. Oh yeah. Even though she started it, so it doesn't even matter.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah. So when I started doing jiu-jitsu, my girlfriend at the time, Christina, now my fiance, she wanted to do it. So she actually started doing it, and she was good at it. I mean, she was 130 pounds of just crazy woman.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, actually, in that time where me and my wife broke up, she actually joined the school that the girl I trained went to, so they became best friends.
Yeah.
Right. And so she did jujitsu and karate and all that kind of stuff for a while.
Yeah.
But then like her whole like she has epilepsy and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff kind of hinders her.
Yeah.
And then so she has a surgery coming up. So hopefully that will help her be able to get back into it and get back into fully focused on lifting and that. Because she goes to my old bodybuilding coach, Sue Davis.
Oh, I know Sue Davis.
Yeah. So she goes to so we go see her for her nutrition and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I was doing her nutrition for a while and I was just like, you're so picky. Like I can't deal with it. You know what I mean? Let's go to someone that's better than me.
Yeah, somebody might know your style. Everybody's body style is different. You got to find something that works with yours.
Yeah. You got to get out?
Yeah, I'm in trouble.
Oh, no, it's fine. Now we can get it going.
Yeah.
But, man, thanks for coming. I appreciate you coming on.
I would love to do it again. And
man, definitely.
It's very neat.
Sounds good.
Very awesome experience. Thanks,
all right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.